Hello, my fellow music lovers. I'm Allison Hagendorf, and welcome to the show. This is where we celebrate the universal love of music and the rock and roll spirit that lives in each of us. Thank you so much for being part of the show. I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, or follow the show if you are listening. I'm so glad you're here. My guest today is singer-songwriter and fashion designer Jessie Jo Stark. We talk all about embarking on her first major tour, her new boot line for Chrome Hearts, the power of being comfortable in your own skin, and what it's like to be the goddaughter of Cher and the muse for her boyfriend and former guest, Yungblud. And stay tuned after the interview for my sound advice. New music you need to know. It all starts now. I'm so glad we're sitting down. And I was telling you, your outfit really makes me smile because what you're wearing was like my uniform. I would like live in a tube top and awesome jeans, like a great belt. Granted, it was probably like 20 years ago, but I love it. You look amazing.
Thank you. I was like, what am I going to wear to see her today? And it was funny leaving Malibu, like in a boot. I went to get coffee and people were looking at me like,
right,
what are you doing? And I'm like, I know. It's fine. It's an official day.
You're basically wearing like hardware on your feet in Malibu,
yeah,
right?
people are like, what is happening at 8 a.m.?
I love that though. I was trying to think like how we originally connected, and I think it was maybe through Linda Perry.
Oh,
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's
may have
true.
been, for those of you unfamiliar with Linda, rock star, front woman of Four Non Blondes in the 90s, and of course has written massive songs for Christina Aguilera, Gwen Stefani, just the full spectrum.
So cool.
How did you guys connect originally?
I met her partner at the time, and I went by and she was there, and I gravitated towards her energy. Obviously, I was really like craving women at that time. I was like, I just need more women around me. And she was just off the bat really a strong force and was just kind of like, I need somebody like that to really push me. Like she just instantly, anything she said, I was like, I want to fight with you on this. Do you know what I mean? And she really like believed in me. And I think coming from her, I was so flattered and really believed her because she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to say that or take time. And she started managing me for a little bit, and we wrote a lot together, and she's amazing. So
what a cool experience to have someone, such a force surrounding you. I love that you guys were together, but I really loved the music, and it was so like spooky and haunting and ambient, and reminded me of one of my favorite artists, Mazzy Star.
Yeah, I love Mazzy.
Who I know you love, right? Yeah. And by the way, Fade Into You was the song I walked down the aisle to for my wedding.
Oh my God, beautiful.
Yes, like how
That's
beautiful.
That's a bold choice. I love that.
It's a bold choice, and it was a beach wedding, and it just like walking down towards the ocean.
Was everyone sobbing?
It was pretty emotional. I mean, that song, I wish I had like a live like lap steel guitar to go along with it,
sure.
But I just had the song playing and it was so magical. I thought you would appreciate that.
I do.
Though.
That's beautiful. I might have to like, if I ever get married, steal that.
Right?
Like just weeping. Every time I put Mazzy Star on, I swear like any friend or boyfriend I have around is like, it's a dark time for her.
Yes.
Like I'm in the room just like blasting Mazzy Star.
Yeah, Mazzy Star is so unique and special. What was it about Mazzy Star that attracted you to the music?
I mean, my not guitar player, but this man Kirk, who's kind of been my like teacher since I was 10. He taught me guitar, and he just kind of like opened up new artists to me, and he played Hope to me, and I was like just instantly. I just really wanted to like sound. I loved all the instruments. Yeah. Like I felt like her voice carried, but it was just like I could hear every single thing involved in each song. And I was like, how do I kind of like do that? And I liked that, I don't know. I just fell in love with her the minute
that like soundscape.
Yeah. I just was like, it opened up a new door to me, and it also made me feel different. It made me feel things like I had never felt at the time that I heard her.
I totally get that.
Yeah. So I felt like she grew up, I grew up listening to her, and it's just kind of like, now I listen to her and can be happy.
Right.
I think like at the time I was really depressed and just like, growing up. So
also growing up, like what else did you listen to? Like what did you grow up listening to? Who are some of your influences?
I mean, I got into punk when I was about 13 because I fell in love with a little punk rocker. And
that's how it works.
So me. And I just like wanted to feel angry, So that was that time. But I grew up listening to like The Clash, Brian Eno, lots of country music. lots of country. My dad loved country. So like, I don't think I appreciated it at the time. I was like, why is he putting this on in the morning? Like, I want to listen to Britney Spears.
Right.
But then it just stuck with me and it really like influenced my music and being in the studio and wanting that kind of like just pedal steel and electric guitar and just, I started covering a lot of country.
Really?
Because I didn't know, I was very intimidated by writing. So I was like, I'm going to cover different songs. And I covered Train and Anna Nalick and Merle and just like so many random genres to try to kind of figure out what I wanted to sound like.
Of course, to get into the groove and find your own voice.
Yeah.
You mentioned your dad and Chrome Hearts, your family company. I can only imagine you probably were surrounded by so many interesting musicians and artists growing up. Like, what was that like?
It's so crazy. Like, I think, at the time when I was little, I just didn't really understand who anyone was.
Mm-hmm.
Like Steve Jones was just like, just Steve. Like, I was just like, and then one day I figured out like my first boyfriend was like, do you know who that is? And I was like, yeah, that's Steve. Like, I just didn't understand his impact on music and culture and all that. So when I started to appreciate punk, I was like, had so many questions, so things changed. But like being around music and just watching like the chaos and being exposed to so many different genres, it was like definitely influenced me. I feel like I'm a mutt. I don't, when somebody asks me what my genre is, I don't really know. I call it horrific hillbilly because I'm like, I don't want to be
it's
like
so
in a
good.
box. I just appreciate music. And my dad would play The Clash one morning and then like Christina Aguilera the next.
That's cool.
We just.
The full spectrum.
Truly. Yeah.
And tell me the role that Cher has played in your life.
She's been around since I was little. She met me one day at the factory. She was just a fan of Chrome Hearts, I think, when my parents were starting, really. It wasn't anything yet. And she wanted something. And they have this joke. She's just like, I don't know how this like biker is asking me to pay this much for a leather jacket. And she met me and she was like, I love her eyes and like, I'm in love with her and I want to be in her life. That was like pretty much what happened.
Wow.
I think, and then we just were. She's just been in my life she's just another one where it's like, she's my best friend. I don't know.
That's incredible.
People ask me these things all the time and it's so funny to be like, I don't know. I'm not shy about it. I'm just like, these are just people in my life that made me me and I grew up with them and I'm so like fortunate that they've like, I've had no option but to be bold and fearless and all this shit because I've been around such like powerful women and people. So she's just like an icon and that's it. I don't know.
That's incredible. Let's talk about your music. I actually was listening to Doomed on my way here. What a beautiful album.
Thank you.
Your debut album, your full body of work.
Yeah.
What did that mean for you to have this album out?
It took me so long to do it. I've been releasing music forever. I just was so intimidated by like sticking with one project. And then after COVID, I was like, what the hell am I doing? Let's like put something out. And it all just like unfolded so beautifully. Like I produced it alongside my friend Jesse Rutherford.
He's from the neighborhood.
Yeah, the neighborhood. And
I love him. How did you guys connect? That's such a great
We connected
pairing.
like it took like 3 years because artists are weird. It's like, do you want to write? I don't know. Maybe. Like it's like we're so sensitive. And we find like our friendship happened first. And then I was just called him one day. I'm like, I need you. Like, I want you to push me and I want to write. He's such an amazing writer.
He is.
And he came, my studio in Hollywood, which is like literally a room. Like you can hear crickets and people crashing and it's not an actual studio. And this guy, Michael Harris, who I met at Vox, he's an engineer. And then my guitar player at the time, Thomas, we all just like, we're in this room together and everything. Some of the songs are older and we reproduced them and some we rewrote. And it just like all unfolded beautifully. And then I was ready. One day we all said Doomed and it just hit. It was the right timing. And now that I've released the album, I'm like so ready to release a million more.
Really? That's what I wanted to ask you.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
That cliche of like, you'll be fine. Right after, I'm like, next song.
That's ready to awesome. Go. Yeah. It was almost like that catalyst for you to kind of like, oh, okay, got it. My album's out. Now I want to create more.
Yeah.
Are you sort of
the type of songwriter that is always constantly writing or thinking about it? Or do you kind of sit down and focus and say, today I'm going to write something?
No, I'm always thinking.
Okay.
I have so many voice memos that will never be heard.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is important to me, to find those people that you're so okay with playing. There's artists like Dom where he's just like fearless. I'm like so like shy and I don't want to play anything that I've written. And like a couple of the songs on Doomed, I wrote by myself in my yard and like just was singing into my voice memo and like took it in the studio and that was it.
Wow.
So I'm always writing.
That's awesome.
A lot of poems.
Yeah. Like, I know that you do poetry. Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Yeah. I love writing on my typewriter.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I really love that. I'm good at alone. And then we take it in and it turns into something else always. But
that's great. So are you working on new music now?
I am. I've been writing so much. And
that's great.
I've been writing with a lot of different people, which has been fun because I'm not usually into that. And I want to make a country album. So
awesome.
I'm just like, I just was in Nashville. I'm like in a whole spiral of like.
Let's talk about Nashville. I said like on your post, we needed a disclaimer for this clip of you and Dom Yungblud singing Jackson together.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I had been waiting for this moment. Obviously, I love Dom.
Yeah.
But I have been waiting personally for this moment to have the two of you together. I love that the two of you are together. I've told Dom this. When Dom first told me that you guys were together, I was elated. I was elated.
I remember seeing you at the show.
Yes.
And I was like really just like shy and being weird and was like, I don't know who I trust. And you came up to me and you were just like this beautiful light. I was just like, I felt so comfortable with you. You were so sweet to me.
I was so thank you.
Yeah.
That actually warms my heart hearing you say that because I remember I was so happy to meet you. And that was a special night. That was an amazing show.
Insane.
And that's when I got to meet you. So that show is extra special to me. But I remember Dom telling me about you and I was already a fan of your work. And then I saw you in the Strawberry Lipstick video, which made me so happy.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
Well, I don't think we've ever told anyone. He hit me up on Instagram.
Oh, really?
It was like COVID and I just had surgery and like a personal thing. And he was like, there's going to be pit bulls and this and that and scars are sexy and just come on by. And I was like, this kid's cool. So I didn't even know anything about him. And I went and we just became best friends like right off the bat.
I bet.
Truly, I was just like, he was so sweet.
Aww.
Nothing like I don't know, just the best.
You just connected.
Instantly. I was like, we're going to be best friends. So
that's awesome.
That's how we met, yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah. Now let's go back to Nashville. So you were in Nashville together and did you guys plan on doing that Jackson moment?
He asked me like a couple days before and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Because I'm like so cynical. I was like, we're not going to do that. And then he brought me in at rehearsal and I was so nervous because I've never done that with him.
Right.
We've written a couple songs together, but I've just never, it's his show and like I'm there to support him. And it was just like, I was so nervous. So he asked me to do it and we had rehearsal and then we came on and we came out together and it was so much fun. And I the whole time was like, do not embarrass your boyfriend. It's different when you're like, it felt like I didn't feel like it was my job. It was like it was different and it was so beautiful and I had the best time. I was happy.
I could tell you were so happy.
It was really
fun.
fun.
And if you had any nerves, you would not have any idea. It looked so natural and organic. And it was a special moment. I really wish I were there for it.
Oh my God, it was so special. Like in Nashville singing that song. It meant so much to me. It was really fun.
Of course. And plus Johnny
Cash. And he
Cash.
sounded great.
You both sounded great.
Thank you.
And it just was such an homage to, of course, Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash. Like, what a moment.
Yeah.
I have chills even just talking about it now.
Yeah. I know. I sent it right to my dad. I was like, look
bet. Now, do you think that inspired any more collaboration between you and Dom in the future?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's
I know
awesome.
we'll do things when the time is right,
Perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, you're about to embark on your first really big tour.
I know.
I mean, congratulations.
Thank you.
When I saw the lineup, I was like, wow, this is great. Tell me how you're feeling about this. It's a big deal.
I'm nervous. This is my first headline tour and I start rehearsals on Thursday. And I'm like excited. I'm like talking about gargoyle statues and, just weird shit to make it cool and me.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited to be in front of people again. Like I played 5 shows when Doomed came out.
Yeah.
But that's, I haven't really been in front of people with the new album and been able to connect and see people and just like say hi and be on stage, like put my boots on.
Love
I started dancing again because whenever I tour, I start dancing again, and I put my boots on and I just like instantly was like myself again. So it's just, I'm so excited, but I'm nervous. And I'm playing Reading and Leeds. I probably said that wrong, but like iconic. I got to go last year to see Dom play, and I'm like, the fact that I get to play that is, you know, some of my goals are being met. So I'm just like thrilled.
That's amazing. What a huge milestone.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I was with Dom when he played Reading and Leeds.
Yeah.
It was very special. I got to share that with him.
Yeah.
I might have to come this year so I can be with you.
Literally.
I mean, you've had milestone. Playing Reading and Leeds is a huge milestone. You've also, haven't you opened for like Guns N' Roses? I mean, you've had some
I've done crazy shows.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you get really nervous before those shows?
I wasn't ready for that. I was like in Prague, and it was so weird. And I walked out. I was like, no one's going to be here because, you know, in America, it's like everyone's got a little bit of like we're like cocky over here. Like no one like really goes. Do you know what I mean? Like they go for the headliner.
Of course.
And I showed up, and there were so many people, and I was just like, I am not ready to be out here. But I had the best time, and it was a beautiful night. It was insane.
That's awesome.
And people love music.
Yes.
Rocking out. It was sick.
It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
I think those moments make you better. You know, those moments where you're like, feel a little bit, should I be here? What's happening? You know, like, how are people going to feel? And then you do it and you crush it. And you're like, it gives you that sort of confidence to be your best
completely.
self.
And it's over in a second and you want to do it again.
Of course.
That's why I'm so excited for these like 3 months. It's like, I'm just going to go.
You are going to be exponentially better.
It's crazy.
All around after this tour. It's like boot camp.
Fully.
It really is.
I love boot camp.
Yeah.
I love boot camp. I'm like working out, dance, like eating good, then go on tour, like just kill it.
So tell me more about like how you're preparing. Tell me about do you have a regimen that you're doing?
Yeah, I'm working out every day and dancing a couple hours a day.
So great.
And just getting back into my body. And
like with the choreographer? Or like,
yeah, she's just like, we do fun stuff. Like we did a Britney Spears routine yesterday.
It's a blast.
And they just really have like helped me get back into my body and connect and like do these little inflections that make the song better. And it's just like cool to work with them. I've danced since I was like 7. I did the Nutcracker and did ballet and all that.
That's
so like
amazing.
To do it again is just like, it's so fun. And then vocal lessons. I mean, all the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like really lazy with it. And then like when this stuff comes around, I like hit it.
Oh, because it's game on though.
It's game on.
It's game on.
I do well with the boot camp.
Yeah.
I need to be told what to do.
I like that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Like I like the high stakes and it's like, okay, it's go time and I'll do it.
Well, you're like insane.
Oh.
The shape that you're in.
Thank
this is
you.
goals right here.
Oh, I appreciate that.
This is what I need to be.
I appreciate that because for me, I feel very out of shape because I have the 2 babies and I can't.
That's the mind.
Yeah, I need to like,
sleepy.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
I do what I can.
Killing it.
Thank you.
So cool.
I can't imagine what it's like when your partner is Dom.
Yeah.
He is the hardest working person.
Ever.
24/7.
Ever.
What is it like to be his partner? And I said to him when he was on the show, I'm like, first of all, I care about him.
Yeah.
Like, he calls me like his rock mom, which I don't want. I'm like, I'm not that old. I'm like, I don't want to hear this, okay? But like, I'll be like your big sister kind of thing.
Totally.
But I
Rock
care
sister.
about him. I look out for him. Like, are you sleeping? Like, what are you doing? Are you okay? You know?
Same.
As his partner, please tell me what it's like for you.
Oh.
It takes a second for you to
I don't know
collect
what
your
to say.
thoughts.
Yeah. He's just like so motivating. Like meeting him has changed my life in terms of like, he's like my dad. I mean, he's just nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
The kid works like the minute he wakes up till like he sleeps. He doesn't sleep. He loves what he does.
Yeah.
He like really believes in himself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's not easy.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need, right? Like he can walk in any room and like just anyone around him believes it because he believes in it so much. And that doesn't really come to me as naturally, you know? And so that's something I've learned with him. And I worry about him. Like I'm constantly just like drink water and blah, 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 which I should probably be telling myself.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to be with him on tour and I just like go into full, I don't want to say this either, but like rock live mode.
No,
when
totally.
I'm just like, you need to be doing this. You need to go over
Of
here. You need to take a
course.
minute. You know, I'm just like, I'm happy that we're in each other's lives during this time. I think I can lend, whatever I can to him. And he's taught me so much. And with music, just to go after it and be fearless. And I think we both like kind of play off of each other. But I really like wish people knew more how much he cares and gives to his community of people. Like he cares about those kids so much. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It's so almost like old school mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I wish this generation had that work ethic still in a way. Like he's just badass.
Yeah, he is.
And he's talented. He plays like every instrument, writes, does the thing. I'm like, I don't think people know. And I just like, I'm out there fighting for him. Do you know what I mean?
You know that I know. I mean, he's one of a kind.
One of a kind, yeah.
I said he's the voice of a generation. I've said it. He is in the company of the greats.
Yeah, I agree.
He is the great of this generation. And I knew it from the second I met him. The second I was like, this is magic right here. This kid's magic. And it makes me so happy that you were with him because he needs to be surrounded by wonderful people who care and love and talented and you're a creative muse. In fact, when I had him on the show, I said, who is your fashion? Because of course, fashion is a huge part of him. I said, who is your fashion muse? And he said, Vivienne Westwood, of course.
Obviously.
And you.
Cute. How
does that make, I have chills for telling the story.
I'm going to cry.
I know. How does that make you feel?
I mean, that's what I mean. Like people, he sees me like, it's amazing to be able to work with him. And he's like, I've worked on all of his tour looks and we don't talk about it, but it's like such a collaborative thing. And we really like whatever, we just know what each other's thinking with what he wants to, exude on stage. And like, I've just been able to amplify that for him and like, just be there for him and lean on each other. And beautiful. It makes me happy that he said that. It's cool.
Isn't that beautiful?
I love that he's so in touch with his like femininity. I love that he's able to say that. It's not easy for a guy to say that.
Right.
It's really cool.
What about being in the company of Vivienne Westwood and his response?
I'm trying to like, no, that's insane.
I can only imagine what she means to you.
She's everything. I mean, she's such a force. Like I've honestly been trying to read more about her. Her granddaughter's like kind of taken her place right now with just like the message she's always like given throughout her life. And I've just been like in awe of her, just everything she represents. It's so beyond the fashion.
Yes.
Right? Like it's easy to just look at it surface level and be like, she looks good, right?
Right. And she's cool style.
She's cool as hell, and I love that. But just what she really means and all her tags and every statement, it's like everything's like a really big statement.
It's a statement.
It's a statement, and I know more. I know more about that. The more I grow up, I've just been like really diving into her, and she's badass. I'm happy to be in company with her. I don't think I am, but I love that he said that is great.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, you love music and you love design. You're always marrying and fusing the two. It's your life. It's really your lifestyle.
Yeah.
What do you have specific ambitions that you're hoping to achieve? Or are you just sort of like, I'm doing one thing at a time. Right now it's my music, it's my tour. Like, tell me where your head is at.
I get like stuck in this pit with that because I feel like I'm supposed to be in one box to be taken seriously, but the reality is like I grew up, in this brand that really like made me me. And on top of it, I'm an artist and I love singing and playing and touring and writing, and I have to do it.
Yeah.
It's been hard to explain it to the world.
Right.
I think people are like, I don't really get what you have to offer, because you've got so many things. I'm just like, fuck that. I just designed Offset's outfit for Rolling Loud.
That's incredible.
And I'm going to go on tour. And Gwen Stefani was a singer, and then she put out her clothing line.
Right,
I had a clothing line and then put out, I don't know, but
you're an artist.
I'm an artist, and I think we all have so many things to offer, and they really go hand in hand. But I've loved, like, it's always been easier for me to muse out on others, which is why I love working with Dom or other artists. Is like, it's really easy for me to help them creatively. That's been a really cool thing that I've embarked on over the past couple years.
That's so awesome.
It's nice to not think about me and then just focus on another artist. And then now I get to step into my boots and go on tour and see how that feels. So
let's talk about stepping into your own boots. And you said before, like getting back into my own skin. Your physique is magnificent. I like to talk about you have a beautiful, beautiful body.
Thank you.
Tell me about being comfortable in your own skin, because I feel like your body and your physique is a big part of your expression. Whether it's an album cover or, a video and your art, it's really a big part of your art.
Yeah.
So tell me about that and sort of how you feel about that and being vulnerable.
Yeah. It's interesting because growing up, I didn't like my body. I wore like a low ponytail and I didn't even like Joe. I liked being called Jessie, and I wore like really big vintage t-shirts in the ocean. I didn't like being in bikinis. I just was like weirded out with what all this meant and the power of it.
I get it. I get it.
And then one day I'm like, I'm going to wear a V-neck, I'm going to like wear like a little V shirt and, show my legs or I don't know. I grew into myself. And then honestly, like my late 20s, I stalked this girl on the internet, her name Dana, and she lives down south, and I was like, I want to come shoot with you. And I want to be in this big spider web and I want to be naked. And she shot me in this bikini. She made this set and she shot me one of my first photos of like my body.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt so empowered and so safe. And like, that was this whole weird journey I embarked on. Like,
wow.
And then I just stayed in the bikini.
I never left the spider web.
And I just like, it took me a really long time to get there. It wasn't because I was worried about, my weight or anything. I didn't struggle with that. I just really like kept that for myself, my body. And then now I'm like, I don't know. I just love being naked. We call ourselves the naked family now. And I'm like,
love that.
I don't know. It just took me a minute to get there. I blossomed late. I still feel like I'm 16.
Mm-hmm.
I really did come out of my shell later. I just started smiling. I never smiled. I promise. I don't know. I just like, and I think we should like really, I feel like sometimes people misread the message, right? When you're like half naked or whatever that means. But it's just like, it's not even that deep.
Right.
It's just whatever you feel. It's really like whatever you feel. And it's somehow become like, I love that you said that you've noticed this theme, because I've really noticed this in my artwork as well, which I don't think was intentional right off the bat. But it was like this rebellious thing where I was like, here I am and I'm going to be over here. I don't know. I the way you said it is like, it's really true.
I can relate to it because I also, for me, it's so primal. It's very natural to be, like, for me, I feel very covered. Everyone laughs at me. I call pants leg prisons.
Okay.
I just don't like the feeling of a lot of clothes. And it has nothing to do with like being ostentatious or showing off anything. It's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I like skin. I like to be naked as well.
Skin. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you about that, because also not only a woman's journey, anyone's journey, with their body is a whole thing. And, for me, being like a fitness model and then having babies and then like you're not the same person anymore. And then it's like, it's always a thing,
Always.
But I think that for everyone to be proud in their skin is the best feeling. It is the most liberating feeling. And it's not even an aesthetic. No. It really comes from within.
And
it really does.
And it goes up and down.
It does. For everyone.
For everyone.
For every single person.
For every single person. But like, it's nice when it levels and then it just goes like that again,
I want people to realize, though, like everyone goes through it, and it's a journey. Yeah.
And I think you should be allowed, no matter what you look like, or it's not easy for anybody to just wake up and be inside your own brain.
No, for sure.
And body. Yeah.
I love that recently Flaunt magazine.
Yeah.
You were congratulations.
Thank you.
The cover is exquisite.
Thank you.
And so you were interviewed by Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Tell me how that connection came about. I thought that was the coolest thing.
Thank you. I grew up with her kids, and my mom, they were really close. They lived in Malibu. They were really, really just close friends. And I called her son actually and was just like, I hate asking for things, but I really want your mom we're doing this inspired cover by your mom. And I just think she's a brilliant, and she's a poet, and she's just so fabulous. And she represents so much more than what she's known for. And I just really wanted her to interview me. And we just chatted and I was so nervous.
Oh.
She's so intelligent.
She's so intelligent.
I mean, it's mind-blowing.
The documentary that she did, Love Pamela, is so special. Everyone needs to see it.
Of course.
She's so incredible.
Yeah.
She's an incredible person. And the fact that you two were together, I loved it. And there were certain moments from it. There was one line that you said, I surround myself with genuine creatives. We all inspire each other. I'm drawn to the internet as well, but try to deflect it. I take what I need, but I don't want to look like anyone else. We are all obsessed with looking the same. I reject it. The past seems cooler. And I loved that. It really resonated with me.
Thank you.
Tell me about the relationship you have with social media. And I talked about it with Dom too. There's just so much toxicity in it. There's good in it and there's a lot of toxicity. Yeah. How do you stay sane and healthy with it?
Oh, I don't know if any of us are, right?
Yeah.
Because we're on it, right? And it kind of drives everything.
Yeah.
Like the releases, I'm releasing an acoustic video this week and I'm going to spend an hour on the phone today just like blogging. But I'm cautious. I really put my phone down with it. I've muted a lot of people, not to be rude. And I just don't, it's so important to take a break from it and really not, like if you wake up and you're looking at your phone and you're kind of like measuring wherever you're at by someone else, you're like looking at someone at 9 a.m. There's just no possible way to not feel like something like jealousy or I'm not doing enough so I really try to not look at it. There's bits where like if I'm on tour, obviously I'm going to be like on it all the time, but I just don't think people know how dark we are right now from it. And it needs to be instilled. Like I just don't think we speak about it enough.
Right.
It's so chaotic on there. The amount of stuff we see every day is nuts.
It is so unhealthy.
It's really unhealthy.
I try to talk about it a lot because I'm a grown woman and I find it to be like disturbing and toxic even for myself. And I'm very confident and I feel great in my own skin. And I find it makes me feel bad sometimes. So I can only imagine for young people who are very impressionable and are still figuring out who they are to be inundated by all of this. The grass is greener, and it's not even true a lot of the time. They're not really seeing the full picture.
It feels so true though, right? And it's like even me, I'm putting up the good stuff.
Yes.
I'm putting up me looking pretty or me doing this. And I don't think everyone's like that. People put up weird things all the time, right? But I'm not perfect all the time at all. I mean, that's just a crazy thing to think. And I do know that like someone is looking at me like she seems so perfect and together. And it's just not like that. So it bums me out. It's connected me to artists in ways that I could have never reached some of these artists that I've collaborated with. That way, it's like so fantastic. I met Dom on Instagram.
Yes.
It's like, it's just the way of the world. But I think it's important to remind, the people you're with and stuff, just like take a beat or like, and just take a fucking beat. I don't know.
Absolutely. Take a fucking beat.
Yeah,
I like that's the moral of the story. Take a fucking beat. No, you're right though.
Yeah. And it's only going to get worse, right?
I know.
So God bless, put your feet in the grass.
Yes. Put your feet in the grass. Yeah.
All that stuff.
It's true.
All that good, just like wholesome, just ground yourself and everybody's wildly going through it.
I know and everyone is. No one's immune.
Everybody. Yeah.
I'm actually jealous of people who aren't on it at all.
Oh my God.
I'm jealous of them.
My friend asked me to send her a video the other day and I was like, what do you mean? It's on Instagram. She's like, I don't have Instagram. I'm like, well, how'd you know? And she's like, well, Isaac told me. And I'm like, so you're talking about me? Like, it's just a crazy thing.
What a concept.
Yeah,
like you found out about something because someone was talking to you about it.
Like kind of brilliant, right?
I know. I miss the 90s. I know.
Oh my God. I wish. Yeah.
I want to talk about your new boots.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about them.
Sugar Jones.
So it's Sugar Jones. Is it for Chrome Hearts? Is it like a
Sugar Jones for Chrome Hearts? I made these boots about like, oh my God, so long ago because I was playing my first show and I wanted to feel like a sexy feline and I was like, what can I wear? So my friend Chris and I developed this pair of boots and everyone loved them and I wanted to share them with the world. So it took me a really long time to find the right factory and do them correctly. And they're finally here and they're called Sugar Jones. It's like my alter ego, my godmother's sister's husband, who was her bodyguard, gave me this name. When I would tour with her, my dad would come visit and Ebar would like not let him in the room and he'd be like, hold on. I'm paging Sugar Jones because I ate so much candy.
This is the best story. Okay.
That's what the name came from.
And when you say godmother, is this Cher?
Yeah. My parents would like send me, it was like summer camp and I'd like go on tour with her and it was just the best. I think that's why I love being on a bus. I swear, I just love being on a bus.
That's incredible. It's in your blood. I mean, you've been doing it since you were a baby.
Yeah, I love it. Just the smell of a bus, everything.
I love being on a bus too.
Yeah. And when I was an only child, my parents and I lived in like this little trailer. So I just like am so used to little wombs.
Yeah.
I just want to be with everybody in one room.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's the intimacy of it.
Yes. So tour I love.
So tour you love, and now in these boots. These boots are exquisite.
Thank you.
Exquisite.
We have to get you a pair.
I would love
Yes, we have to get you a pair.
Please.
Of course.
I'm a boots girl, and
you
I
are
love
a boots girl.
I'm a total boots girl.
Oh my God, I should have brought you some.
No worries.
Yeah.
But I love that you also had some of your friends in like the campaign. Grace McKagan, who I love, was in it.
Yeah, it was like kind of my like ode to all my muses, and everyone was really cute. Everyone just showed up and kind of like styled themselves, and everybody. It was just such a fun day. My friend Ramez directed it with me, and I creative directed it, and it was just the best day at the factory. Everyone was running around like psychos, and it just turned out to be so cute.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It felt really cool, like very like innately cool. Like, okay, it just is.
Thank you. That's cool.
And that's something that can't be contrived. You can feel when it was like an organic shoot of like your friends and everyone kind of came and was into it and like genuinely loves you.
Yeah.
And the boots. You could feel that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone just showed up. I didn't even know who was committing and it turned out to be rad. I want to do so many more.
You do?
Yeah. I just love them. I love all them and I want to amplify them and their careers and whatever they are, like different artists, different models, different, just Grace, like I've just always been a big believer in her. She's so mega.
She's so great.
I just, in any way I can use Chrome Hearts to, I don't know, show everybody else. I love all these
to celebrate others.
So sick. Like everyone's so talented. It's just great.
I love your heart.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful heart. I know that you do.
Thank you.
What would be sort of like a goal, like dream? Like, do you see yourself in any way? Is there someone that you can reference, like like that? Or are you sort of just figuring out what you really want to do in like the big picture?
I think I know. I want to be able to sell out like 6,000 cap rooms and I want to play the Hollywood Bowl. I want to play Coachella to all my drunk friends.
I love that.
I want to cry on stage in the desert. I want to just like things I grew up experiencing. I want to be on the other side of them, I think. I'm really in a good spot right now. I get to work, on other people's creative and my own.
Yes.
I think I have a long way to go with my music, but I want to make a country album. I want to live in Nashville for a second. I want to make a country album. I want to get in an RV. I want to get a cowboy hat. I want to film it. There's things I want to do. I really want to work with Tim Burton.
Yes.
I want to be in a movie. There's things, but like day by day. And there's so many artists that I could reference, but I just don't think I will.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Tim Burton is artist enough.
Yeah.
And Dom referenced him too.
Yeah, of
you
course.
guys have so many connections.
I know we're going to be fighting over Tim.
I know. I love
who's going to get to him first?
Let's do deep cuts. Okay.
What is that?
You'll find out.
Okay, scared.
Name a song, album, or artist that changed your life.
Ooh, Poncho and Lefty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
But Townes Van Zandt wrote it, and I love the Willie and Merle and version. It always brings me back home.
Right.
Anxiety, that song.
It's your go-to.
Go-to.
Got it.
Yeah.
What's your first concert?
The first one I remember is Motley Crue.
That's awesome. What a great first concert.
With my dad.
That's amazing.
And pee on the floor and lots of tits.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It should be no other way.
Exactly.
Yeah. What song do you wish that you wrote?
Oh my God, so many.
It's a hard one.
I don't know.
It's okay. It is a really tough question.
Moon River came to mind. I don't know why.
It's great.
Oh my God, you know what? Probably like Willin would be one. Like a Linda Ronstadt too.
Yes.
But then like an 80s masterpiece.
Yeah.
One of those like big 80s bangers. Like
For sure.
And there's a Father John Misty song I really love.
I love
These are
Father
so
John
random.
Misty.
I don't know why these are
but I love that.
Yeah.
But it also shows how eclectic your taste is. It's great. I love your taste.
Thank you.
What's your favorite movie?
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Every day.
That's your favorite. What is it about it?
She's chaotic. You know, she's just so lost, but she's like so creature of habit. The tiny room.
Back to the tiny space.
The tiny room, tiny space, like the same thing. The colors, the cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch, honestly, actually, my show's starting with Breakfast at Tiffany's. There's a line in the movie I'm starting my show with.
Brilliant.
It's like I'm obsessed.
Brilliant.
There you go.
I can't wait to see your show, by the way.
I'm
really
so excited for you to come.
I'm 100, cannot wait.
Can't wait.
Like pumped. What is your favorite meal or cuisine?
Sushi, but I would say like last meal, my grandma's, like sweet potatoes, steak.
Yeah.
Like her whole, just like a
comfort,
plate of
hearty.
GMOs.
Yes.
Yes, but I love sushi.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Do you have a most prized possession?
Oh my God. Yeah, so many. I'm a collector.
Yes.
They're silly. Like I would say photos, obviously, if I'm being sentimental, like always photos. I have this little ball. It's a silver ball my mom gave me when I was little, and it has stars on it, and it kind of like sounds really good to my ear. Keep it next to my bed.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Just like things like little toys. I have a box of my friend's notes.
You're a sentimental person. Yeah. Same.
Things that remind me.
When you say photos, are they printed out or are they like digital photos?
Printed.
You printed.
I was always that girl in like high school with the camera, and everyone's like, can you not document me throwing up? And I'm like, no, we're going to document it because my memory's crazy. So I'm like, I'm remembering all this.
Yes. You should see, I own so many photo albums.
You do?
I have like photo albums for years. Like when my friends come over and I like whip them out from like high school or college, and they're like horrified.
I need to see them.
I have the most incriminating, but you know what? And my friends are like horrified, and like they have like families now. I'm like, you were a person.
Of course.
You were a young person.
And their kids will love seeing
Of course. It's the best.
I spend days just looking at my parents' photos.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
It's so much fun.
I'm a collector of photography.
Yeah.
My whole when you come into my door, when you guys come over, well, Dom's I think seen most of them, but I am a collector. I have an entire rock photography gallery at home.
Rad.
I love pictures because they capture a moment in culture.
Oh my God!
And you can learn so much from them, you know, and they make you feel such a certain way.
I love.
Yeah.
I just bought a picture of Blondie, and I'm like Debbie, and I'm just like staring at it.
She's in my collection. I love her.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Who would be like a dream collaboration for you?
The Cramps.
Yes.
Is my changed my life band.
So were you so psyched when that whole moment with Wednesday happened?
I was like,
how did you feel about that?
Okay. Well, I've been there, but
you were getting angry.
I got a little jealous, jealous. I was like, the world's catching on finally. But I love the Cramps. It's so funny, these questions, because I know the minute I leave, I'll remember.
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to work with Jack White for a long time. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
Jack White would be
so many
epic.
People. Yeah, I wanted him. I was sending him my album for like 2 years, like to his studio. I was like, can we work together? I was sending the vinyl a while ago, like to his office, trying to work with him.
Well, he is in Nashville, so that's your time to make your move.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I think Jack White and Debbie Harry. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Those are two amazing
I'm seeing
ones.
Joan Jett this weekend. I went through a big Joan Jett stage.
She's the coolest. She's also been on the show. She
has. Are you going to her show?
Yes.
I'll be there.
Oh, amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
Okay, cool.
Think about how cool she is. Well, her whole history. But like recently I saw her with the Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison tour, and it's freaking Joan Jett. You know what I mean? Like she's just so cool how much she holds her own, how difficult it has always been for her.
Insane.
And she's just the longevity, the resilience. She is one of a kind.
One of a kind.
I am obsessed with Joan Jett
Crazy.
and everything she represents.
Yeah.
So such an inspiration.
Beyond.
What is something your fans would be surprised to learn about you?
I'm pretty chill. Like I don't I like to sit on my couch and like watch movies.
Right.
I think everyone thinks I'm really gnarly, and I mean, gnarly is not the right. I am gnarly. I
am gnarly.
Wild. Yeah. I don't think I'm wild. I don't know what else. I cook.
That's
I
great.
Garden. I'm pretty like
homebody.
I'm homebody.
Yeah.
I'm a homebody.
That's awesome. I am too, actually.
Yeah.
If you could meet any celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be?
I think the Cramps.
The Cramps.
Merle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. These are great picks.
I don't know who else. I want to meet SZA.
That's a good one. Yeah,
There's so many really cool artists right now.
Yeah, it's a really cool time.
It's a cool time. There's really badass women right now, badass men, like just badass everybody.
Yeah. It is an exciting time in music. It is.
Yeah.
And last but not least, what are words you live by?
Be you.
Be you.
Only one.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Jessie Jo, I love you. Thank you so much.
You're so cool.
Likewise.
Really appreciate you, Howell.
Of course.
Yay! I love Jessie Jo. What a beautiful soul, and I cannot wait to catch her on tour. It is now time for my sound advice, new music you need to know on the Allison Hagendorf Show playlist. First up is Des Rocks, one of the most special, talented, real deal DIY rock stars right now. The songwriting, the presence, the live show, his ability to incorporate his influence like Roy Orbison, Elvis, Queen, and Bruce Springsteen, but make it fresh and sexy and exciting. He just wrapped his headline tour, and his album Dream Machine comes out later this month. Check out Des Rocks, I Am the Lightning. Next is the 4-piece Australian band Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers. The Riot Girl movement was a huge influence, and they have said they hope to create music that is relatable and meaningful. Their debut album, I Love You, is out next month, and they're going to be playing with Foo Fighters in Melbourne. How cool is that? Check out their song, I Used to Be Fun. Also this week is Nashville-based band The Wands. Their album Magical Touch just came out and was recorded live using vintage recording equipment. The band cites artists like Queens of the Stone Age, Arctic Monkeys, Bowie, Oasis as influences, but being that frontman Simon Kerr is Irish, you cannot escape the U2 influences, especially on this song. Check out The Wands, Too High. That's my sound advice this week. Search for the Allison Hagendorf Show playlist wherever you listen to music. Thank you so much for being part of the Allison Hagendorf Show. New episodes drop every Friday, so make sure you follow and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. You can find the show wherever you listen to podcasts, and you can watch the show on YouTube. I would love to hear from you, so please like, comment, rate, review, whatever you're feeling, and reach out to me on socials at Allie Hagendorf. I would love to connect with you. Let me know who I should interview next and who I should feature on my sound advice. Thanks again. I'll see you next week. And remember, you're a rock star.